in the speed car prepared Audi R8. In UCS4, it's Pierre Aru showing as UCS4. It should be UCS3. So it's another UCS3 car, Pierre Aru, the Herrera racing car, and then Andrei Spiritos in the older 981 Porsche Cayman behind them. And then Mardine Benjamin has been rather plagued with injuries aboard the number 69 Francorchamps Motor Racing Classic Ferrari 430 Challenge car. Hopefully he has a clean weekend. Thomas Petit was missing from the grid in race 3. Looks like he's missing from the grid here as well, as is Gregoire Benedet in the other Francorchamps Classic car. But then we have Eric Mouet and Alexis Bertet should be the one to round out the field. It looked like there were a couple of stragglers out in the back of the pack, one of them being Alexis Bertet. There is Gregoire Benedet there in the Ferrari 430, lining up at the back of the grid. 25 minutes of racing to round out the weekend for Ultimate GT Sprint Cup. As I say, there will be that gap on the grid on the front row where Olivier Morahan's Chevrolet C7 GT3 car from the Kennel Racing team should be. Victories so far this weekend, 2 have gone to Alexis Bertet, 1 to Jordan Boisson. Race 3, it was a UCS2 lockout on the podium. Now with Gerard van der Hurst and Patrick Charlet joining Alexis on the podium. So the cars get into the 2x2 formation. Not for all rows, of course. Looks like gaps on the front and final row of the grid. That is the 430 already pulling into pit lane, so that doesn't look like a great start for them, but the field is lined up and we wait for the lights to go out to signal the start of race number 4 in Ultimate GT Sprint Cup. Side by side for second place, but the additional power of the Super Trofeo should give Gerard van der Hurst the advantage going into the first corner. Stéphane Perrin was thinking about a move on Lyle Schofield into the first chicane, but the Irishman able to fend off the Seb Ligier racing driver for the time being. But now Perrin on the inside going into the Hotel chicane, and that is at third position for Stéphane Perrin. And that is the CMR Ginetto of Alexis Bertet that's already made its way up into 5th position by the looks of it. So that is an absolutely lightning start from Alexis Bertet. Lars Schofield trying to come back at the Porsche. The Ferrari does have something of about 100 horsepower more from the V8 engine compared to the flat 6. And he has been able to make that move, and in fact is going for a move on Gerard van der Hurst as well while he's at it, going into the Mistral chicane and right round the outside of turn number 8. And this is the second place that Lyle Schofield said he felt was possible in race 2 last night. They run side by side, but it is Schofield just with a nose ahead around the outside of Scene Corner. Here comes Alexis Bertet in the Super Trofeo as well, 3 wide in the mirrors of Lyle Schofield as Stéphane Perrin tries to take the place, and Gerard van der Hurst has got cars left, right and centre with Perrin on the inside and Bertet on the outside. Absolutely incredible stuff going into Le Bousset for the first time of asking. That's definitely the 430 out of the race. Wide moment there for Stéphane Perrin going into Le Bend d'Or. And that is an open invitation for Alexis Bertet to try and take the place away from the Frenchman. So it's been all chop and change, but that should put Alexis Bertet from last on the grid to third in one go. And look at that, Sandro Perasuti's taken the lead in UCS3 as well, away from David Coolman, who's been unbeatable in that category so far this weekend. And it was Sandro yesterday who was fighting for Switch Racing's first ever circuit racing victory. They are making their debut this weekend, both here in Ultimate GT Sprint Cup and in the European Endurance Prototype Cup, with the Nova MPO2. So that is definitely one to watch out for. But here's Lyle Schofield. Maybe he can keep Alexis Bertet at bay, but that will be a tall order as well. That Super Trofeo car has been in very good shape all weekend long. So behind that, Stefan Perrin still leading Gerard van der Hurst. And it looks like David Coleman has got back through on Sandro Perasuti for the lead in UCS3. I'll wait for confirmation of that. They emerge out of the chicane. Yep, the Aston Martin is ahead of the Porsche. The Racing Spirit of Le Mans back ahead of the 718 Cayman Club Sport. Yellow flags out in the first sector for some reason at turn 3, so at the hotel chicane. Not seeing any cars in that section of the track, so not sure what that was all about. Maybe one of the bollards had been dislodged. Battle for second place here between Lyle Schofield, the Ferrari 488 Challenge, and the Lamborghini Super Trofeo. SR&R versus CMR. And I think you'll see the power advantage of the Lamborghini from 5.2 litre V10. Drags that car clean past Lyle Schofield well before they got to the braking zone of the first corner. So Alexis Bertet now up into second position overall, but the gap to Jordan Brasson behind, or ahead I should say, is already over 9 seconds. So the Porsche Carrera Cup France driver starting to move clear. He and his teammate for this weekend, Patrick Charlet, have been racing in that series, and also competing together with the TFT Racing squad in the Porsche Cup category of the Middle Eastern Trophy in the Creventic 24-hour series during the traditional off-season. You see the Herrera Racing Audi leading this little trio of cars. Pierre Aru, reigning UCS4 champion, and then it's the Mardine Benjamin Ferrari 430 challenge car from Francorchamps Motor Racing Classic. A little wide moment there for Benjamin, and that allows Andres Firitos in the number 57 drive-in Porsche 981 version of the Cayman to drag past on the exit of the chicane. Just clean through. Although, looking at the gap that Andre has pulled already, that looks more like a problem for the Belgian outfit. Both cars being ailed in this race, sadly. Race leader, Jordan Brasson, 206.0. Fastest lap of the race, now 11.3 seconds to the good on Alexis Bertet. The GT2 category devised for gentlemen racers. slightly more AM-friendly cars, but still cars that pack a serious punch. Talking about 700 horsepower or so from some of these engines. It's the 3-litre V6 in the Maserati. And yeah, that is the second of the Francorchamps Motors cars now in pit lane for Martin Benjamin. He has been in pit lane for every race this weekend, sadly. Yellow flags out at turn 5, got marshals on the scene. There is a dislodged bollard there, but well done to that marshal for going and retrieving it. It's a good opportunity to thank the marshals for the work that they do for us, because we cannot go racing without them. Good timing of the pit exit there for the Francorchamps car. Getting up just behind race leader Jordan Boisson. Pushing out there, wrestling the back end of the Maserati, coming out of turn 6. Lap times down into the 205s now, 205.874 for Boisson. I suppose what's good about this chicane is that it does allow us to see visually the gaps that some of these guys have been able to pull on one another. This CMR number 37 car is one that will be raced in the Kennel GT Endurance Cup tomorrow as well. So Alexis got to keep it clean, because this guy's got a whole 4 hours to do tomorrow. Steadily pulling away from Lyle Schofield, 3.2 seconds the gap to the Irishman since Botek found his way through earlier in the race. But no one seems to have an answer for the pace of Jordan Boisson at this time. In terms of the results we've had so far this weekend, it was Alexis Berthet who took the win in race 1 overall, and was Patrick Charlet in the TFT Racing Maserati that currently leads. That was second. And Olivier Morahan joined them on the podium for that one in the Kennel Racing Team Chevrolet C7 GT3 car. Followed by Gerard van der Herst and Billy Ritkin, who was in the Seb Ligier Racing Porsche. And then race 2 last night, with the driver change, that was Jordan Boisson currently leading, who dominated that one, was 5.8 seconds ahead of Alexis Bertet in the end. Seemed to slow up towards the end of the race because he had pulled a larger gap than that. But it was second for Bertet, and again Olivier Morahan joining them on the podium. While Schofield set to go one better than he did in race 2. He was fourth in that one and currently third. But order looking pretty similar otherwise, with Stefan Perrin just behind, and Gerard van der Herst. And then race 3. As we mentioned, it was Alexis Bertet making it 2 wins from 2 pole positions. That was also Gerard van der Herst's best race as well, second for him in the Van der Herst Motorsport Lamborghini, and then Patrick Charlet at third for TFT Racing. So it was a UCS2 class lockout. So a podium that Olivier Morahan missed out on. He was running second for much of that race, but then fell back in the closing stages of the race. We didn't quite see what happened to the Kennel CEO. That one. Billy Rickton was fifth in that one as well, ahead of Eric Mouet. David Coleman, as mentioned at the top of the show, has made it 3 from 3 so far this weekend in terms of the UCS3 category aboard the Aston Martin Vantage from Racing Spirit of Le Mans. And when we say Racing Spirit of Le Mans, of course we don't mean Le Mans as in the track Le Mans, the province in Switzerland. Great lake there as well, near Zurich, where the team is based. La Roche-sur-Foron, owned and run by the Barbier family. Patrick, the owner, and daughter Hermine as the team director. Of course, you'll be familiar with them from various ACO competitions, Le Mans Cup, and European Le Mans Series as well. Pierre Aru still leading Andre Seferitos in 10th and 11th. It's the Audi R8 against the 2-generation-old now 981 Porsche Cayman. Pierre Aru in that Wile E. Coyote liveried car from Herrera Racing, and that is a livery that runs all the way back to his first ever Legends Cars race in 2008. He was there for a couple of years. The UCS4 champion of last year, which before we reshuffled the classes about for this year, UCS4 was the class for GT4 machinery. And then Andre Seferitos in 57, the drive-in prepared Cayman. It's drive-in motorsport events. Great organisation that last time we were here managed to get us some hot laps in the Jules Dancio midget that has been running in this series last year. Very well acquainted with the 981. Made his race debut in the Porsche Sprint Challenge at Le Mans in 2022 in the GT4 car. Made his Ultimate Cup debut at the end of 2023. As race leader Jordan Boisson comes to put a lap on those two cars. And we saw Andre out for 2 races last year here in Paul Ricard, and also in Portimao, where he picked up 3 wins in the UCS Light category, which his older machinery did qualify him for that category rather than the GT4 category. Sadly, again, it's not been a good day for the Foxshot Motors team. But look at this, that's side by side, and Andrei Spiritos having his nose chopped there by Pierre Aru. 5 minutes left to settle this one. So it was Andre who managed to get a bit of an up and under and draw alongside in the middle of turn 6 before the left-hander that leads onto the Mistral. So he's got to regain a little bit of ground after that unsuccessful attempt. So Andre has been able to recover that ground quite quickly. So he'll have a couple more laps, I think, to sort that one out. Penultimate lap of the race by the looks of it now for race leader Jordan Boisson. over the rather aggressive curbing at the Montreal chicane. But Boisson, Crown Cup France driver, as we mentioned. 27 seconds now clear of Alexis Berthet. And 6.5 turn ahead of Lyle Schofield, who will pick up his first overall podium of the season in his second year of competition in the Ultimate Cup. So he's got traffic to try and unload as well on this penultimate lap of the race. Andre very kindly and clearly indicating left, say, I'm staying left, you go on the inside. That kind of communication can be absolutely key when it comes to lapping traffic. You see a lot of the Nürburgring Nordschleife drivers using that technique as well. Stéphane Perrin also lapping the traffic, incurring a little bit of track limits in doing so, but should get away with it. Well, Boisson heading down the Mistral for the final time. Towards Scene Corner for the final time, 32 seconds clear of the chasing field. It has been a real joy to have this car with us for this weekend. It's not often we see homologated GT2 machinery here in the Ultimate GT Sprint Cup. Certainly not something that's quite as exotic as the Maserati MC20. And for the second time this weekend, it's going to be victory at the hands of Jordan Boisson for the TFT Racing Team. So checkered flag is readied, and Jordan Boisson wins race number 4 of Ultimate GT Sprint Cup. It is 2 out of 2 for Boisson in the races he's done this weekend, and for TFT Racing and the Maserati MC20 GT2. 2 victories out of 4. And it'll be quite a long wait for Alexis Berthet to reach the checkered flag. Just over 30 seconds. Here he is coming up towards Virage Dupont now. And it is going to be another podium finish for Alexis Berthet, who adds to his 2 wins he had earlier this weekend. Lyle Schofield across the line for his first overall podium finish of the season as well for SR&R above the Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo. Stéphane Perrin across the line as well in 4th position. Sjoerd van der Hurst in 5th. And completing the UCS2 podium as well in the Van der Hurst Super Trofeo. Eric Mouet in the 2nd of the CMR Super Trofeo cars will be the next car across the line. So 11 finishes it will be in the end. Eric Mouet does get across the line, and last 2 cars over the line will be David Coleman. He goes across the line now, and it's a clean sweep in UCS3 for Racing Spirit of Le Mans and the number 74 Aston Martin Vantage GT4 Evo of David Kuhlmann. So the Swiss makes it 4 out of 4. Sandro Perasuti, second in class. Once again for the Switch Racing Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Club Sport. With Philippe Dallamy completing the UCS3 podium for Speed Car in the Audi R8. Pierre Roux and Andre Seferitos, the last two cars to cross the line, so Andre didn't quite manage to get Pierre during that little battle in the closing stages of the race. To the number 1 board for Jordan Boisson. Of course, that round things out for the Ultimate GT Sprint Cup in Le Castellet. Of course, they'll be back with us in Mugello on the 25th and 26th of April. And it's a round of applause from the TFT Racing squad. After their success in the NASCAR Wheeling Euro Series, have grown accustomed to running GTs in the Porsche Carrera Cup France and the GT2 European Series. So Alexandre Herbin is down in the pit lane. Let's hear from the race winner.
Jordan, deuxième course et deuxième succès avec cette Maserati. Toujours autant de plaisir?
Oui, franchement, je me suis éclaté. Aujourd'hui, on a pu un peu plus pousser. Donc, on a vraiment vu ce que la voiture donnait, les réglages qu'il y a à faire et ça promet une belle saison.
On a eu des conditions de nuit hier soir puisqu'on avait la dernière course de la journée. Aujourd'hui, c'est les courses de jour. Comment s'est fait l'adaptation entre les deux courses?
Bon, l'adaptation, on a bien roulé sur le sec. Ça a plus été dans la nuit que c'était un peu plus compliqué à s'adapter. Mais au final, bon, ça donne 2 victoires. Donc, je pense qu'on s'est bien adapté.
Merci, Jordan.